Hello, my name is Victoria Adame, and today I will be discussing the social process theory and looking at the case of Ruby Franke through the lens of the social process theories and those three parts. So I want to begin by talking about what the social process theory is. And basically that just says that criminal behavior is learned through social interactions and experiences, emphasizing the influence of family, peers, and societal institutions. It has three main parts. The first is social learning theory. This is where individuals learn to commit crimes through interactions with others. The next is social control theory. This analyzes how societal failures to control criminal tendencies can lead to crime. And then the last one is labeling theory, which basically means that if you give someone a negative label, then that kind of sticks with them. So it creates criminal careers and it traps people within those boundaries. So Ruby Franke was an influencer. She was an influencer on YouTube. She had a YouTube channel, 8 Passengers, where her and her kids kind of were the main focus of it, and she shared daily vlogs and other information with the internet. During kind of towards the end of her internet career, she began a friendship with Jodi Hildebrandt, and so basically I'm discussing how Ruby Franke's relationship with Jodi and her involvement in certain social and online communities have influenced or reinforced her abusive actions toward her children. So her 2 youngest children were found in Jodi's house, totally, very obviously neglected. Her daughter's head was shaved. They obviously were very they hadn't been eating. It was really a poor thing. So I want to begin by saying, this is obviously because of this is obviously on both Ruby, but she learned it from Jodi as well. So Ruby, in her videos, she's always been more of a strict parent with kind of old school techniques, like very strict towards her children, not letting them kind of do a lot of things outside of the home just because of her religious beliefs as well as personal beliefs, and it kind of was magnified once she started hanging around Jodi. So this is about the social learning theory. Jodi is also in the influencer sphere, and she also had a following, so they kind of combined forces. Because Ruby Franke was around people and on platforms where abuse like this and neglect to that level was so normalized, it definitely played a role in how she viewed it. Obviously no one in their right mind would think that starving kids and locking them in rooms would be okay, but if she was already strict, then it kind of was amplified by the people who she was associating with, which then makes it worse. So this is also part of the social control theory because obviously the people around her, her other children, her husband, they should have done something in order to prevent the escalation of the abuse in the months that the children were locked away and being abused. So that is how I believe that the social process theory has affected Ruby Franke and kind of why she felt like it was more normalized or okay for her to allow herself and Jodi to commit this abuse and atrocities towards her children. And thank you for listening to me.